Hello everybody, my name is Brittany Alexis Delgado. I also go by just Brittany Delgado. I'm 20 years old and my major is public health with an emphasis in health science. And what I plan on doing with my degree is after I complete my 4 years of schooling, I'm planning on going into the occupational therapy program and get my associate's degree and become an occupational therapy assistant. I don't technically have a hometown, but if I had to choose, I would consider Onalaska, Texas to be my hometown, since I've lived there the longest. Fun fact, there is actually an Onalaska in Wisconsin and an Onalaska in Washington. I lived in Onalaska, Texas for about 8 years. I've lived in other places like La Crosse, Wisconsin, where I was born in, and La Crosse is pretty close to Onalaska. I've also lived in Cancun, Mexico. I lived there for about a year. I've also lived in Dana Point, California. I lived there for about 1 to 2 years, I would say. And Dana Point is in the Orange County, and it's close to Anaheim, I believe. I've also lived in Spring, Texas for about 4 years. And now I live in Idaho Falls. I've lived here for about 3 years now. Something interesting about me is that not only am I the tallest in my family of 4, I am also the only one who is left-handed. Another interesting thing about me is that by the age of 18, I finally was able to learn how to ride a bicycle. Since my family moved around so much, they didn't really have the time to try and teach me how to ride a bicycle. Growing up in Wisconsin, my dad was always busy because he was a police officer, and my mom worked at the military base there in Wisconsin, so I was always in daycare and we always moved around so much. When we moved to Onalaska, Texas, I tried again how to learn to ride a bicycle, but I just gave up and I didn't really learn or try to learn how to ride a bicycle since then. When I moved up here in Idaho Falls, I tried again, and this time I was able to succeed and finally learn how to ride a bicycle. And I think that what I'm noticing is that a lot more millennials are starting to become learning how to ride a bike at a later age. I hope that it doesn't start to become a common thing among millennials, since learning how to ride a bicycle is a good skill to learn at a young age. And learning to ride a bike, I believe, is one of those fundamental things that we should start learning at a young age. The last interesting thing about me is that it took me a long time to fall in love with reading. My mother told me that I would always get frustrated with trying to read, but eventually I was able to learn how to read. I love to read now. I just signed up to participate in this event that my public library is hosting called the Extreme Book Nerd Challenge 2017. And what the challenge is you have to read 50 books before the end of the year. Wish me luck. I hope I'll be able to get the prize. I hope to be able to apply this course to my life because I want to be able to understand how we grow physically and mentally as humans, and the challenges we face at each stage over the course of our lives. I think that this course will be really interesting to see how we interact in our social aspects and how we grow and mature as humans. A couple more things to add about myself is that I'm the youngest of 2 daughters and I have 2 nieces. I hope to be able to learn more about you guys, and I hope we have an awesome semester. Thanks. Bye-bye.